You're listening to the ESO Network, your station for all things geek.
Happy New Year, and welcome to episode 229 of the Rusted Robot Podcast for Sunday, January the 8th, 2019.
X-Ray Delta 1, this is Mission Control. Roger, you're 1930.
Just what do you think you're doing, Dave?
All I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
All right, I'll take a shot at it. What the hell, it works on Star Trek.
There's a fleet of Star Destroyers coming out of hyperspace in Sector 4.
Ship, abandon ship. All personnel proceed to escape pod. Close down the circuit.
Come quietly or there will be trouble.
I am the law.
Put down your weapon. You have 20 seconds to comply.
And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
And now we take a quantum leap forward.
Hello, everybody. I'm your host here, Sean. With me is
Josh
and
Kitty.
And you know what today is? Today's the first episode of the year for the Rusted Robot Podcast. That, sir, means we have now completed a full 5 years of Rusted Roboting.
Yeah, that's good.
3 years for you, 5 years for the show. It's a milestone.
Can't say we don't put in the effort.
We put in the effort. We do. We're awesome.
Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of a team.
Okay, stop right there. We don't want to pay royalties.
Aw.
Sure we do.
Do we make enough on this to pay royalties?
We make $0 on the podcast.
I see.
$0.
Paying royalties of several hundred thousand would be outside of our budget.
It would be out of our budget, but if we were sued in order to have to pay the royalties, that means we would get publicity for the show, and we're always looking for more listeners.
Will we get $100,000 worth of listeners?
I don't know.
You never know. If all of our current listeners were to like and share the podcast and rate and review it in iTunes, we would get more listeners. And then maybe we would get
more listeners.
We would get the $100,000 that we so desperately need.
But our current listener base provides us with an income of zero.
True.
And since we are not charging for the podcast in any way,
Yeah.
when we expand that, we would also still be at zero? Because 10 times 0 is still 0.
This is not a good business model at all.
It is a terrible business model.
But we do it for the love.
Yes.
Hi, my name's Robert J. Sawyer. I'm an award-winning science fiction writer, and you're listening to the Rusted Robot Podcast. Don't forget to follow them on Twitter.
Anyway, so here we are 5 years later.
5 years later.
Is that from SpongeBob? They always do that?
Yes.
Yes.
You guys watched way more SpongeBob than I did.
I barely watched any of it.
I didn't watch any of it.
Okay. We're here in January. It's a new year. It's 2019. This is the year that Blade Runner takes place. I'm looking for my replicant body so I can upload my consciousness, and I don't think it's happening this year.
I'm looking for the hover cars.
I don't think we have those either.
What? No hover cars?
No
Not
hover
yet.
cars, no replicants.
What about the giant billboards that are 3D?
Holograms?
Yeah.
I haven't seen any. But it's early in the year. Lots can happen.
Where's my eye dealer?
I don't think he exists either.
Oh yeah, you want to buy some eyes?
Who doesn't?
Oh, all right. That's unfortunate.
That is very, very unfortunate.
We are supposed to start dressing certain ways now.
Yeah, the clear trench coats.
Uh-huh.
I've seen a couple of those.
Helmets with, like, mohawks and stuff on them. Those are a thing now. Back to the Future was correct.
Yay.
Yep. And, there was, like, another fashion thing. Shirts with monsters on them.
Well, that's a thing already.
Uh-huh. But that's a thing that they also predicted.
No, that's an easy one to predict. Because you can put anything on a t-shirt.
What about
I
the
guess.
umbrellas with the lights on the...
Oh, yeah, those are totally a
I've
thing.
seen lightsaber umbrellas.
Yeah,
So that's a thing too.
Yeah.
That's cool.
We have a beautiful Harry Potter Patronus umbrella at work.
Really?
Yeah.
Where's work?
Oh, it's Jump City.
What's that?
It's a comic book and collectible store at 38 Pine Street North, Timmins, Ontario. In the basement of the 101 Mall. Jump City Underground.
Yo.
Yo.
So you have an umbrella of some kind.
Yeah, it's a Harry Potter Patronus umbrella. So it has various Patronus on it. They're the spell which you call upon to scare away Dementors.
Oh.
Or anything else that's just like a protection spell. And it takes on a form of, like, I guess, an animal, like your protector animal.
Neat.
Ron Weasley's is a little terrier dog, a Jack Russell Terrier. Harry Potter's is a stag. Somebody else's is a swan.
So you've got an umbrella with spells on it.
Yeah, but it also lights up.
Neat.
It is really neat.
How much is it?
$30?
That's not bad.
It also has a
39.
flashlight in the handle.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
That does sound pretty neat. If I like Harry Potter stuff, I might be tempted to buy it.
We have a lot of really nice Harry Potter stuff. I don't know who's in charge of like making it, but they also have a lot of really nice purses.
I don't need a purse.
I know you don't need a purse, which is unfortunate because they're really nice and they're
Is
really
it-
well made.
Can I consider it a European carry-all?
No, it's definitely a purse.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Sorry, they're really pretty.
Yeah.
If you were a purse man, though, you could totally get it and have a purse.
I could be a purse man.
Yeah, you could.
I can dress however I want. It's 2019.
Yeah, you can.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I understand you want to bring back capes and cloaks, and you just never do it.
Well, yeah, because I would feel ridiculous.
Would you?
I would.
I feel awesome when I wear my cloak.
Yeah?
I made Katie a cloak.
I know. It's green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to re-sew the hood on it, but it's super fun. Yeah. You feel all billowy and dramatic when you walk places, and you don't even have to walk really fast. It billows out behind you, and you feel real cool. I do. I feel really cool.
You feel real cool?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
With your billowy cloak?
Yeah. Also, if you do the dab sneeze, you look much more dramatic.
Like a vampire almost?
Yeah, or Darth Vader.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. So we lost a couple celebrities this past week. I don't know if you heard about that or not, Josh.
No.
Kitty?
No.
We lost Mean Gene Okerlund. Remember him?
Uh-uh.
He was the ring announcer for the WWF back in the day. I think he was also a wrestler from
way back.
Way back. Yeah. So we lost him.
That's sad.
That's very sad. I always liked him. Mean Gene was part of my childhood.
I don't remember him because I wasn't into wrestling really.
Yeah. Well, I was
But
for
it's
a
always
period
sad
of
when somebody
3
dies.
years in the late 80s, early 90s. I think he was 76, I believe. I don't actually have the article up, but I'm going to pause the podcast and look that up.
Hi, this is Admiral Adama, Battlestar Galactica, saying you're listening to the Rusted Robot Podcast. Think about it.
Okay, so not much on him. IMDb says Gene Okerlund was born December 19th, 1942. As Eugene Arthur Okerlund, he was an actor known for WWF Superstars of Wrestling in 86, Ready to Rumble 2000, and No Holds Barred in 1989, and he was married to Jeannie Okerlund, and he died January 2nd of this year. He was a big part of my childhood, not a part of yours apparently, but everybody loved Mean Gene back in the day.
Like I've heard the name, but it's just not a thing that I remember.
Well, you're a bit younger than I am.
Yeah.
10 years younger, approximately.
Plus,
so.
I was just into different things. I've never been a sports person, even sports that are,
Don't say they're fake. There'll be nerd rage all around.
choreographed.
There you go. That's much better. Good job. Super Dave Osborne actor Bob Einstein was also dead at 76, January 2nd as well. Comedy actor Bob Einstein, who famously portrayed accident-prone stuntman Super Dave Osborne, and Marty Funkhauser in Curb Your Enthusiasm, died at the age of 76.
I absolutely loved him. He was a hero of mine, and he is a huge part of my childhood.
His brother was actually Albert Brooks, and it came shortly after he was diagnosed with cancer. He started his career as a comedy writer in the 60s before transitioning into acting, and he debuted his optimistic but hard-luck stuntman character Super Dave on the John Biner Comedy Hour in 1972, and went on to play the part in several other comedy show appearances. And he eventually spun the character off into his own show, which I remember a lot. It was shot in Toronto, and it was on in global television in the late 80s and early 90s. So.
It was so good. I love the Super Dave show. Did you ever watch it?
I watched it.
Yeah, you guys used to watch it?
Yeah.
Super good.
So both Mean Gene and Super Dave were 76, and they both died the same day. Very sad celebrity death news.
Yeah.
Way to start off the year. Not very fun, but that's what happens.
Well, yeah, you're not going to go a whole year without losing somebody.
No, it's pretty rare that that's ever happened.
Yeah.
If ever.
That would be kind of weird.
That would be 2020, the year nobody died.
I think I saw a comic about that once, where death's on, like, vacation for a year and nobody dies.
That would cause havoc and mayhem,
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Speaking of comics.
Yeah.
They're rebooting Conan the
Are they?
Barbarian.
Really? Why would they do that?
Because it's fun and very few people are reading it anymore.
So nobody's reading this comic, so let's redo it?
Yeah, but, like, they're making it faster paced, if that makes any sense.
It makes perfect sense.
Yeah, it has a very similar art style to the old one. It's still all about, like, killing people, finding treasure.
Wenching.
Nobody having any clothing on, fighting demons, getting drunk.
Driving your enemies to death and hearing the lamentation of their women, or however that quote goes?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can never get that one right.
Crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and you hear the lamentation of your women.
That's okay. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I think I would like it. They did a weird crossover where Conan was paired up with, I think it was Superman or Wonder Woman.
Oh, yeah?
It was pretty ridiculous. And since that one was more popular, because people were reading that one, they rebooted Conan on its own. The #1 was released this week.
Really?
Yeah.
So it might actually be a copy still at your store.
Yeah, on this Wednesday. I think we do actually have 2 copies.
Oh, very good.
Uh-huh.
We'll have to check that out.
Yep.
We probably won't, though. Hey, so this week also saw the release of the final of the 4 short treks, Star Trek Discovery little mini episodes.
Black alert. Black alert.
It was called The Escape Artist, and it was all about Harry Mudd, and I think it's my favorite of the 4.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. There was humor. Didn't really amount to much. It was just pure ridiculousness.
Sometimes that's a lot of fun, though.
It was a lot. I think even Josh might like it.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm. It's only 15 minutes. There was only 1 commercial break in it. And
They put a commercial break in a 15-minute show?
actually, the short treks have had a lot of weird commercial breaks. The first one had no commercial breaks.
Mm-hmm.
I think the second one had like 3. I can't remember the third one, and this one had 1. So it's
That's
been
weird.
really strange.
That's really weird.
It is.
Are they at least like strange commercials? Like, do you remember those Skittles commercials?
No, it's just regular commercials.
Ah.
Yeah.
Regular.
Mm-hmm. But there was a fun twist at the end of the episode, and
I like twists.
And Rainn Wilson, who plays Harry Mudd, actually directed the thing.
That's fun.
And it was a lot of fun. It was really good. I think you should watch. I think you should come over. I have it on the PVR. We can watch all 4 of them, because
first, I am not a fan of Discovery. You know this.
I'm trying to ignore that fact and make you like it.
And second of all, Harry Mudd is my most hated character of the entire.
Even on the original series?
Yes.
Oh.
I despise Harry Mudd.
Oh.
Mudd episodes are terrible. I can't watch them.
They're terribly fun.
I skip over the Mudd episodes.
Oh, Kitty, what's wrong with this guy?
I don't know. He hates a lot of things that I like.
Oh, I think you'd like it.
I watched a new movie last night.
Did you?
Yeah. It's a new animation studio, Studio Punko, and it's similar to the style of like Studio Ghibli.
Okay, and what was the show called?
Mary and the Witchflower. It's on Netflix right now.
Mary and the Witchflower.
Yeah.
And
So
it was good?
yeah, I enjoyed it. If you are a fan of Studio Ghibli movies, or even the previous Studio Punk movies like Boy and His Beast or Wolf Children, you will enjoy this movie.
Good to know.
It was really good. It's beautifully animated, beautifully voice acted. Josh finds them a little slow, but yeah, he's not a fan of a lot of things that I love.
I can see how people like them.
Yeah.
They're pretty and whatnot, but I can't get into them.
No, huh?
The only one that I can watch of the Studio Ghibli ones is Princess Mononoke, because it is faster paced compared to all the other ones.
Okay, that's it, huh?
I think I watched Secret World of Ariadne and it was okay. Like it was a good story, but
that was the one with the little people in the house, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I like that
the
one.
borrowers. Yeah.
It just dragged.
Oh.
It's a lot slower than I'm used to, and I can't get into them.
It was. I think that might be part of the thing that Mina likes the most. Mina has a lot of issues with watching certain television and movie programs because she tends to have horrible anxiety for the characters, and she sat through all of this one and loved it. Yeah.
That's good to know.
Mm-hmm.
What's it called again?
Mary and the Witchflower.
Mary and the Witchflower. Okay, on Netflix. Get your seal of approval.
Yeah.
Right on. In less than 2 weeks, we have the premiere of Season 2 of Star Trek Discovery on January 17th.
Oh, that's exciting.
There's
I
always...
understand you're a fan of that.
I am a fan of that, and there's always a viewing party at my house. My Klingon friends usually come over and watch it, but anybody is welcome to come to my house and watch Star Trek on Thursdays with us.
Did you ever wind up finding out how to spell clubhouse in Klingon so that we can put it on a plaque for you?
I have not even looked it up or thought about it since we talked about it last time.
Is there such a word?
I don't know.
I wonder what the Klingon version of clubhouse would be.
Glory to you and your house. I don't know. I don't really know. But I do have some Patrick Stewart Captain Picard series news.
Oh, he's magical.
He is. So there was an article that I posted on the Facebook page this past week. It doesn't really give a lot of information about the series. It does tell us that Alex Kurtzman took a lot of convincing to get Patrick Stewart to reprise his role because he wants to protect the legacy of the Next Generation, and he wants it to, keep the character of Picard intact, and he doesn't want it to like totally
It would be
destroy the
difficult
legacy.
to do.
It takes place in 2399, so about 20 years after the events of Nemesis.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, Patrick Stewart was in the writer's room for the first 2 weeks, and he sends them lovely emails, and he's an executive producer on the show, and it comes out sometime at the end of this year.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So no information on actually how the series is going to take place or who's going to be in it or whatnot.
That's good, though. It'll be a secret, a surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's better than a secret surprise Star Trek? Nothing. The
Something
answer is
better?
nothing.
For it to take place in 4D.
Ooh, smell-o-vision.
Yeah.
There you go. What is Josh looking up?
Clock.
Clubhouse?
Clubhouse.
Nice.
Cool.
Now we know.
Does it have like the weird like Klingon spelling?
No, it's just got the English.
Oh, okay.
We need the Klingon characters.
Yeah, we
Yes.
need to have it translated. If any of our fans know the writing for Klingon,
You can print up a banner and send it to us.
print up a banner. No. I'll make you like a wooden plaque thing.
I like a wooden plaque.
Because I'm actually not bad at making those. I just need the characters so I can copy it.
All right, we'll have to look into that.
Okay.
And then you can come over every Thursday for Star Trek Discovery. It'll be great.
Well, maybe, I don't know, maybe someday in the future. I'm pretty busy.
Oh.
Thursday's judo night.
Too busy for Star Trek. Well, I'll put it on the DVR. We can rewatch it later.
That sounds like fun.
That does sound like a lot of fun. Hey, to break up the monotony of the podcast, here's a promo for another podcast on the ESO network, which I have not played for Josh, which he's going to nerd rage about after these messages.
You ever been curious about the real or fictional worlds?
In the beginning, there were laser kings and giant robots.
Those who created.
I'm going to feed you to this tentacle monster now. No.
Or what inspires.
And I remember being in my room with my brother, and we immediately, like within 5 seconds, he decided he was a DC fan and I decided I was a Marvel fan. And we were going through and sorting out all of the comics.
And you might enjoy Be Tygers, the only podcast show where we take life by the tail. Now available on Google Play, Stitcher, and iTunes, and of course your favorite podcasting network. This is Be Tygers.
That sounds like a great podcast, right, Josh?
He's giving us that look. The unimpressed look. You had all this time to send me the link to the thing and blah, blah, blah.
I've given up.
But you know...
That sounds great, though, right?
Totally. You know... you know the website for the network itself. So you can look it up anytime you want. And you can actually pick out the promos that we're going to play from now on. Why don't you do that? Why don't you pick out the promo that we're going to play for the next episode? That way you can listen to it and then tell me what we're playing.
That's not the thing, Sean.
I could do that.
But all this,
Maybe I'll do that.
all this stuff rests on me, Josh. I need your help. You're not on social media of any kind.
Nope.
I have to promote all the crap. I have to do all the editing. I pay for all the stuff. I have to come to your house to record the thing.
I told you I'd give you money to help pay for it.
Well, you haven't yet.
You said no, it's fine. I don't need it until the end of the year.
Well, he can't
the end of
guilt
the year
you
now.
if you're providing him with money.
I'll take monies.
But then you can't guilt him anymore, and there goes all of your fun.
Worth it.
Worth it.
Oh, that's funny.
Worth it winners.
Hey, so speaking of Star Trek and stuff, I watched the first 2 episodes of season 2 of the Orville.
I've only seen the first one so far.
Oh, okay. I watched episode 2 either last night or this morning. I can't remember.
I'm still in the dark. I haven't seen it.
Episode 1 was kind of 80s sitcom after school special. I found a little bit.
That sounds great. But in space?
But in space.
It's about relationships and how the weird relationship between the captain and the first officer.
Don't join a gang. Don't do drugs.
Well, it wasn't quite like that, but...
Yeah.
Always tell your parents where you're going. Or a superior officer, sorry.
Sure. And I won't give anything away, but episode 2 was kind of a Barclay addicted to the holodeck kind of episode.
Those are the best ones. I love Barclay so much.
But it had some fun sci-fi elements in it, and there's another species that they ran into, and that was kind of bittersweet and whatever, and a lot of fun. Definitely recommend it.
Okay.
And you liked the first episode?
I did.
You're glad it's back?
Yes, I enjoyed the show very much.
Yeah. Have you seen it?
No, not yet.
What have you been doing with your time?
Me? I'm only working.
Oh, just working?
There is no Kitty anymore, only Zool.
Oh. Oh.
Don't worry, I'm a good kind of gatekeeper.
Yeah?
Yeah. I let people enjoy their own things, and if they don't have a thing yet, I help them to find one that they will enjoy.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So you're not really a gatekeeper of fandom.
You are the key master.
I'm the key master?
You're more like a guide that helps you on your way to the worlds of fandom.
I'm like a fandom Sherpa.
A fandom Sherpa? I like that.
Yeah.
You need a t-shirt that says that.
Fandom Sherpa?
Yeah.
It'd be great.
That would be totally great.
Yeah. We don't like actual gatekeepers.
No.
You can't be a fan because you never read the original blah blah blah. I never read the original. I wasn't alive then.
Right. I don't think you were on that episode, but Josh and I did a pretty great episode on the gatekeepers of fandom a few months back. I think that was one of our top-notch best episodes.
Mm-hmm.
It had pop culture and a lot of meaning and gravitas.
Ah, that's good.
So if our listeners haven't checked that out, they definitely should.
Yeah.
In fact, what I will do is I will pull up the app on my phone, and I don't know if our listeners know this or not, but if you go to therustedrobot.podbean.com on your cell phone, you can add a quick launch button to your screen.
I see that you can even scroll through and find specific episodes.
You can scroll through and find specific episodes, and
Sean is scrolling through right now.
it's episode 210, Star Trek, Picard, and the Gatekeepers of Fandom.
Oh, I did listen to that one.
That was a really, really good episode.
It was pretty
I'm
good.
very proud of that. So I would definitely recommend people to check it out if they're looking for a representative episode of this, not the Soul Forge podcast. That's the other one. Where are we again? We're at
Rusted Robot Podcast.
We're at the Rusted Robot Podcast headquarters right now.
Yeah.
Hi, this is Cena Grace, writer and artist for Burn the Orphanage, and you are listening to the Rusted Robot Podcast. I hope you're having fun.
Yes,
this
we
is
are.
the headquarters?
Well,
Is it secret? Secret headquarters.
Keep it secret, keep it safe.
Yeah.
No, you've already said where it is.
Well, they know it's in Timmins.
No, Sean specifically said here.
Did I say here?
At
You
our
did.
house?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
nobody knows where that is, and we're not going to tell them.
I didn't give the address. Although I could give the address right now, because then when they send the banner for the Klingon Clubhouse, they could send it here, not to my house, so they don't know where I live.
Or you can send it to Jump City at 38 Pine Street, North Timmins, Ontario, Canada.
They already know where that is.
Unit 106 in the basement of the 1-1 Mall.
That's perfect.
Home of the Rusticles.
The Rusticles. Better get that checked. Yeah, so what was I just talking about? The Soul Forge podcast? What the heck is that? You don't know. You're looking at me blankly.
It is another podcast that you run where you talk about thoughts and feelings and growing through life with your friends and sometimes not friends.
Stupid things we've done for love.
Yeah.
And other topics.
That's a lot of it, yeah.
Yeah, it is. And neither one of you have been on that show yet.
No.
I need to get both of you on it
We
separately.
don't have any drama, and we like it that way.
Well, it doesn't have to be drama.
People like the drama.
People do like the drama.
Yeah.
That's true.
The more of a gossipy thing it is, the more people will listen.
There's
They
definitely...
want the juice, man. The juice!
I've definitely shared too much information about myself on Soul Forge Podcast.
Yeah.
This past week's episode, though, it was my first tarot card reading.
Ooh.
I had my future predicted.
That I actually saw the advertisement for it and was going to listen to it, but I've been too busy with work.
Well, it's always there.
Yeah.
You can listen to it at any time. It's episode 82. Hey, it's Sean from the Soul Forge Podcast. Join me and the gang as we guide you through the adventures of living. Topics include sex, loss, joy, and stupid things we've done for love. It's life, the universe, and everything. Find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, the ESO Network, SoulForgePodcast.com, and everywhere else you find podcasts. The Soul Forge Podcast. Let's find out together. So, there's that.
Yeah. I think Josh and I need to maintain our mystery, our era of mystery.
You need to maintain your era of mystery?
Yeah.
Aura?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I'm a lady.
I figured we could get you on the show to talk about the trials and tribulations of running a comic book store.
Oh, yeah?
See? That would be interesting.
I don't know.
People need to know what it's like to be a business owner.
Josh is communicating to me through a series of blinks.
No, I got no focus in my one eye.
Or that.
But, I don't know. It could be okay. A lot of it is just regular paper office work, and then...
Well, don't give it away here,
okay.
because then people won't listen to that episode.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if it would be good or long, though.
It doesn't have to be long. That's the benefit of the Soul Forge. It's about life, the universe, and everything. And episodes have ranged anywhere from 10 minutes up to an hour and a half.
Oh, okay.
So it's a very...
So you're saying it's not consistent?
Oh, it comes out. It comes out every Thursday. The format is variable, is what I'm saying.
It's like a milkshake with blueberries in it.
What does that mean?
Sometimes you get a lot of milkshake, and sometimes there's a blueberry stuck in the straw, and you get nothing.
Oh, that's sad.
But then you suddenly get a blueberry, and it shoots to the back of your head, and then you get a lot of milkshake.
Yes. I got nothing for that. Hey, so here's a trailer for Punisher Season 2. Someone told me once, life is just trying not to be lonely.
It's like a bomb went off inside my mind, scattering all the pieces.
Every time I try to put the pieces together, something won't fit.
There's something on the edges. Someone, like a dark shadow, waiting for me. This face has everything that I ever did wrong written all over it.
You need to let me be what I'm meant to be. I'm not the one who dies. I'm the one who does the killing. And that sounds rather violent, doesn't it?
I'm excited for the show. That's a bad trailer.
You think it's a bad trailer?
Yeah.
Why is it a bad trailer?
It's just him in the darkness, and he hits his head and says the same things he always says. The most interesting part about that show was all the people reacting to him.
Yeah. This playing off each other thing that they're doing with the two of them talking, basically saying the same thing, or variations of the same thing, doesn't work.
Okay.
Plus, isn't it just him?
No, it's him and Jigsaw. The guy whose face he
Oh,
ran
yeah,
across
that's right,
the
okay.
mirrors.
Yeah. But I thought it was just him talking.
Nope.
Oh.
It's the two of them bouncing back and forth.
Mm.
That's why it doesn't work, right? See?
They're too close to being the same. Even their voices are similar.
They're two gravelly, deep-voiced men.
In a dark black room. One of them looks like a maniac. One of them acts like a maniac.
But the fun thing is, it comes out January 18th, which is one day after Star Trek Season 2 of Discovery comes out. So...
And 3 days before Katie's birthday.
And actually on your son Damien's 10th birthday.
That's so fun.
January is a busy month for you guys.
It is busy.
When's your birthday?
January 21st.
And how old are you going to be?
34.
34, jeez. So young. 34.
It's probably fine.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. So are we looking forward to Punisher Season 2? Are we going to watch it?
It depends on who else is in it. It's always been good, but like...
This is a bad trailer.
Well, yeah. But it's a trailer.
Yeah. But it's a bad one.
It is.
It doesn't show you anything about the show. It doesn't give you any information. It's just that these two are in it and they are playing off of each other.
Yes.
Yeah. And like they're the characters I cared the least about in the show. I really liked Micro. He was fun to watch. And the detective. I don't remember what her name was either.
Me neither.
She was cool though. It was like watching people react to like a natural disaster. The Punisher's a disaster.
Indeed he is, yes. And I'm almost finished Daredevil. I have one last episode.
Oh, we have to catch up on that too, actually.
Oh, Season 3 is so good. I'm so mad and upset and hurt and saddened that they've canceled it.
Yeah.
2 years, man. 2 years.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen, but it's so good. It's so good. They did episode 10 was the backstory on Karen. Holy crap, was that a good episode.
Oh, yeah?
You learned all about her backstory and stuff.
Where she used to be a vampire?
Not quite. But it was really, really good. I highly recommend catching up on that if you haven't. So I have that last episode. Then we've got The Punisher. They've come out on Netflix with the new seasons of Travelers and Salvation.
What's that?
Travelers was...
it's a weird time travel show.
But yeah, because the consciousness of the future people come back into people from our present day who are about to die.
Okay.
And so their consciousness steals the body as they're expiring and then continues on their mission in the present day.
Does their body continue to do, like, living body things?
Well, yeah, it's alive.
Oh.
Because they interrupt the death. and that
Okay.
person's consciousness, the original consciousness of the present day person, disappears or
So I
goes
guess
somewhere
they
else.
have
Or
to be dying of like something
yeah, they're
fixable.
because the time of death is already known in the future,
Okay.
right? Because they have that information.
But you wouldn't want to like take possession of a body that like got hit by a bus, right?
No,
Yeah.
no, like
The one girl was beaten.
yeah.
She had a cracked skull. The other guy died of a drug overdose.
Well, how do you like come back from that is the thing? Because like if the body's just popping back to life,
Science fiction. Don't know.
like how do you fix a broken skull if it's just your consciousness taking it over?
I don't know the science behind their fake sci-fi stuff.
How do you get the drugs out of your system if it's just that you've switched like people taking care of the body?
I assume it's like Quantum Leap.
Striving to put right what once went wrong, and hoping each time that his next leap will be the leap home.
The poor guy that switched into the drug guy, he came back high.
Yeah, and he had a whole drug problem for the whole first season.
Ha!
Because his body is a drug addict's body.
Yeah.
You'd think being a person from the future, you could have looked into what they died from.
They needed to know the exact moment of death and compatibility with the consciousness coming in.
Oh.
Yeah, so
It's not like you have unlimited choices. It's got to be within this narrow time frame, a compatible body that you know the exact moment where it died.
Yeah.
Okay. And then what are they going back in time for?
To save the world.
To save the future
it's always
from
to save the future.
Yeah,
isn't
but
it?
there's 2 more seasons, which I haven't seen yet. I only saw season 1 last year or whatever, and so there's 3 on Netflix now, and I'm looking forward to that. And Salvation was another kind of Elon Musk kind of show, where they're trying to save the world too. So
I don't know Salvation.
It was really good, the first season anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did they send a car to space?
No.
No?
No, I don't believe so. And I can't even remember what happened in season 1 because it's been so long. And I'm waiting for Limitless season 2 to hit Netflix as well, or Timeless, not Limitless, Timeless. That was another good one. I like my time travel stuff. It's really good. And speaking of going back in time, here's a trailer for season 3 of Stranger Things.
You're watching Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve. Brought to you locally by Starcourt Mall.
30 seconds and the Big Apple will drop. And that is one of the biggest crowds we've ever. Digital ABC clock on the right-hand side of your screen as we count it down into the new year of 1985. It's just about midway down the pole when it reaches that bottom. From Times Square in New York, ABC represents 1985. To you and yours, happy.
Not that great of a trailer to put on audio.
Not really.
Nah.
I would actually recommend you not put it on audio.
Yeah?
Yeah, because it's
It's just a bunch of beeping.
and it's clips from 1985.
New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to play it anyway because that's awesome.
Okay.
And it adds content to the show.
Yeah, do what you want.
It does pad the show, but
It's not to pad it, it's to add clips and extra things other than the sound of our voice. I try to do that as much as I can.
People love the sound of my voice.
Hello, I'm Daniel Peter Hitch, author of the Connected Worlds Chronicles and the Bubbles the Pirate children's book series. You're listening to the Rusted Robot Podcast. Think about it.
Who doesn't?
but this one doesn't really tell us anything. This tells us less than the Punisher trailer.
True. It does.
Because the Punisher trailer at least tells us, okay, it's going to be him and Jigsaw playing off of each other.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay, that's all we got from the Punisher trailer. This one tells us nothing. It tells us the year it takes place. That's it.
Yeah. Comes out July 4th.
And then also which year we are in now.
Yes.
And that is all.
Yes. So if anybody hasn't seen it, go to the Facebook page for The Rusted Robot, and they can look up all that stuff, all the trailers and all the things, and various other articles that I've shared, and funny pictures, memes, and so on.
Ah, the meme.
Yeah, because it's a lot of fun. Following Ruby Rose's Arrowverse debut in the Elseworlds crossover event, the CW has announced that it's moving forward with its Batwoman project, as the network has given a pilot order to the spin-off. Greg Berlanti is once again teaming up with the CW to create a new television project focusing on Batwoman. Game of Thrones helmer David Nutter is set to direct the pilot, with Carolyn Dries from The Vampire Diaries writing the script and executive producing the series. Sarah Schechter of Berlanti Productions and Jeff Johns are also on board as executive producers. Batwoman was first introduced in Detective Comics back in 1956 as Kathy Kane. She was one of the first vigilantes to make up the Batman family. The character was reimagined for DC's New 52 as Kate Kane, a Jewish lesbian who protects Gotham City as Batwoman. An ex-soldier who was raised by her obsessive father, Kate Kane picked up the Batwoman mantle separate from her cousin's decision to fight crime in Gotham. She has no problem putting herself in harm's way to protect others, and she's also an intelligent tactician who will challenge Oliver Queen for the top slot in Arrow's Justice League. That's exciting, isn't it, guys?
Well, okay, so what's the current run? We have Arrow still, Legends is still running, Flash still running, Supergirl still running.
Black Lightning is on...
Black Lightning did not end up joining.
No, but it's still being produced.
Yes, but it did not part of the set.
No, but it's there.
I enjoy it. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, but it wasn't... It didn't end up joining yet, just like Supergirl wasn't originally part of the Flareverse.
Right, and they added her later. Yeah.
And then they merged her in. Eh?
Are you going to watch it?
Not really. I don't watch Arrow. And she's just another Arrow.
I guess so.
I don't... Most of your non-powered vigilantes, I can't watch them for long.
No, eh?
No. Most non-powered vigilantes, they're either unbelievably skilled, like
Batman.
Like the Batman, like Arrow, like, I can shoot an arrow 386 yards and hit you right in the eye. No, you can't. That's literally impossible.
Yeah, but that's like his whole deal.
Yeah, but that's... And they're like, I got beaten to crap yesterday, but today I'm back up and walking around perfectly fine. Nobody's going to notice.
Yeah, everybody heals really quickly on these shows.
Yeah. So the only people that it's acceptable for that are the superhumans.
Yes.
Like the Flash, whose powers heal them up really quickly. Like Supergirl, who can't get hurt.
Right. Yeah, because I look at these things and I'm like, you know what? If I was running around and being beat up and punched in the face 17 times by a bad guy, I'd be at home for a week and a half.
Supergirl had a bruise for longer than Arrow did.
I believe it.
Hey, this is Stephen Amell, and you're listening to the Rusted Robot Podcast. I'm hanging with
Sean and Josh and the Rust.
Right now, they're telling me all about podcasts and general geekery and fun times in Northern Ontario, so keep listening.
Which is like, wait, what?
Daredevil takes time to heal.
Daredevil takes time to heal, and his one is a shorter segment of time for the entire season. So we're not watching, 6 months of time passing by where he's getting beat up and healed, beat up and healed. We watch one series of events that generally take place for a short period of time.
Yeah, plus in Daredevil, they also take into account that his wounds keep opening and he keeps being hindered by previous battles.
Yeah.
Because he's like, my broken ribs. And then, he sucks in some of his other combats against, lesser nothing villains because his ribs are still broken.
So, one season of a show where the guy takes time to heal, and then the next season starts right after it, a la Arrow, where, no time passes in between. It's like, well, no, you got hit by a car last week, and you're up and just walking around now? No, because I can't believe that.
Yeah.
Over extended periods. The Punisher, if there's not a big time gap in that thing,
yeah,
I won't be able to believe it because he got hurt real freaking bad. So I have trouble with those shows.
Well,
and how many times can we see people going through the same kind of dilemmas?
I don't know.
Right, because the Arrow is pretty much the same thing over and over and over again. I don't know. I stopped watching it because of that.
Well, I get it. Anyway, that's the casting news. And I'm sure it's exciting for somebody. I haven't watched the DC superhero shows the last 2 seasons, and now I'm way behind, and I don't know if I can catch up. Too much pop culture.
Supergirl's my favorite.
Yeah?
I like Supergirl.
I was always preferential to the Flash, I think. But
well, Flash is good.
Flash is also a lot of
but
fun. But Supergirl is really, really happy-go-lucky and adorable.
Yeah, her drama is not... It's not as whiny.
Yeah, that's true. I don't like the whiny. I can do without the whiny.
Because, a lot of Barry's early problems is, I don't have the girl. And then he gets the girl, and everybody has super speed, and it's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
That was pretty weird.
Yeah, they did make it kind of ridiculous. I shared something on the Facebook page the other day all about the upcoming genre movies. So I'm just going to read this off. It's a little poster that my brother from the Space Jam podcast shared. And what we got is Glass coming out January of this year.
Excited.
Alita Battle Angel in February.
Not excited.
Lego Movie 2 in February.
Excited.
Yeah, that's going to be great.
There's some animated thing with dragons in February. What was that poster for? Is that like
How to Train Your Dragon.
Number 17
Excited.
or something? Excited?
Yeah, that's going to be amazing.
Captain Marvel in March.
Excited.
Dumbo in March.
Not excited.
Shazam in April.
Oh, I actually really want to see Shazam.
Me too. That looks really good.
Moderately excited.
Yeah.
And then Kate is really excited.
Okay. Hellboy in April.
Moderately excited.
Avengers in April.
Super excited.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aladdin in May.
Nah.
Yeah. Okay. John Wick 3 in May.
Excited.
Yes.
I like John Wick.
Yes, it was good.
Mhm.
Yeah. It doesn't give the title, but it looks like it's Godzilla in May. That must be the King of the Monsters one.
Super excited.
Yeah. Detective Pikachu in May.
Not excited.
What about you, Kitty?
It looks great. I'm going to take the kids to see it.
Okay.
Although, because it's rated PG-13, they do have the option of dropping the F-bomb one time if they feel like it.
I don't know what this is. It's a silhouette of a lady. It says dark, and it's coming out in June. But I don't know what it is.
I don't know what that is.
Because it doesn't actually give the list of the movies. It just gives the posters for them. So
I don't know.
I don't know either. But also in June, we have Men in Black International.
Excited.
In July, we have Spider-Man Far From Home.
Excited.
Yes. Also in July, we have Hobbs and Shaw. It looks like it's The Rock and somebody else on there.
Not excited.
I don't even know what that is. So that could be anything.
Looks like a buddy cop movie.
In July, we have some kind of cat thing.
It's Lion King.
Is that the Lion
Not
King?
excited.
Not excited.
They already made the movie. It was perfect. They don't need to go back to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
In August, we have New Mutants.
Not excited.
I'm a little bit excited.
They delayed that movie for a year and a half.
Yeah, I know. It, Chapter 2 in September.
Not excited.
I missed the first one.
I didn't watch the first one either. The Joker movie in October.
Not excited.
I'm excited because Mark Maron's going to be in it. It looks like a Sonic movie in October.
Yeah!
Not excited.
I'm only excited because the memes make it look terrible.
I don't know what this logo
Kingsman.
is. Is that Kingsman?
That's Kingsman.
Oh, Kingsman's very funny.
So we've got Kingsman in November. We've got Terminator 6 in November, which I'm super stoked for.
No, that's not Terminator 6. That's Terminator, the new Terminator, which cancels out the other ones.
Yeah.
So numerically, it is 3 beta.
Right.
Because it takes place after 2, but deletes 3, so therefore it's 3 beta.
Whatever they're calling it, I'm excited. I can't wait. I love Terminator.
Hesitantly excited.
And Episode 9 for Star Wars.
Not excited.
In December. You're not excited? No. For a J.J. Abrams Star Wars production?
Until I see more, no.
We haven't
Because the
even seen a
last
trailer
2 Star Wars movies were nah.
Didn't you like Rogue One?
I liked Rogue One.
Rogue One was excellent.
How long ago was that?
Rogue One, it went to
2016.
Force Awakens, then Rogue One, and then Last Jedi, then Solo.
So weird. It's like I'm living in a different time. I don't even remember some of these movies. Like, I've seen them, but it's like it was only a couple years ago.
Well, it was.
Like 2 years ago?
Well, 2016, I believe.
I don't know.
Or late 2015.
There was a year between the 3,
Okay.
so that's 3 years, and then it took 6 months between that and the next one.
I get so
Rogue One, a
confused.
Star Wars story, came out in 2016,
Wow.
according to the IMDb app on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
The Rusted Robot Podcast is not brought to you by IMDb.
That's actually 2 years, because it came out in December of 2016. So it's not as far back as you think.
No. So, a couple years.
Yeah.
It's all good. It's great.
The only Star Wars movie that came out not at Christmas time was
the Solo movie,
which came out during the summertime, which is a good time for North American release for blockbuster films, but it's bad for international release.
Right.
International people go to the movies in the wintertime everywhere but the States. In the States, they go during the summer for some weird reason. It's nice outside. Let's go to the movies.
Because it's cool and air conditioned?
I don't know. That if I had free time, I go to the beach when it's hot.
That's what the people in Europe do.
Yeah.
But what you're saying is we're excited for about half of those movies.
About half, yeah.
Yeah.
I bet it's because they don't have anywhere free to swim.
No idea.
They filled a lot of their lakes with garbage.
Who?
The Americans.
If we have any American listeners out there, why don't you tell us how your lakes are and if they're filled with garbage? You can send us an email.
I'm not saying all of them. It's just that I've seen enough of them.
Yeah, and corporate pollution.
corporate pollution.
Because their environmental protection agency is been neutered to the point where it's less effective than,
Right.
somebody standing there going, hey,
Those
hey,
damn lobbyists.
Hey.
Remember last week how we were talking about the Commonwealth space launching system in Gibraltar, and we were going to drop rockets on Spain?
Occasionally.
Okay.
By accident.
I don't know if you listened to last week's episode, but when I was editing it, I looked up actually how many Spain listeners we have, and 2% of our audience is from Spain.
That's cool.
Neat.
So I used a cool speech-to-text translator thing on my computer, and actually put a little robotic lady voice in saying that. So
to our Spanish listeners, so long as you don't live in a straight line going east of the launch, because the rotation, we got to go counter the rotation to gain the velocity, so it would be east. So if you don't live directly east to Gibraltar, you're fine. Don't worry about it.
And we do appreciate...
If you do, I suggest moving.
We do appreciate our 2% Spain listeners.
Or get rocket insurance.
Get rocket insurance. That's never a bad...
But that's you got to wait until the Commonwealth Space Agency is established. So you got a long time. We can't even get anything organized anyways.
Right.
I think I'd like to go to Spain.
Like to go to Spain? I'd like to go to Spain. Spain's pretty nice.
I know somebody who was there recently, and all of his pictures looked so beautiful. And it looks really warm.
Let's do it. Rusted Robot on location.
Yeah.
It's a Mediterranean area.
It looks
tends to be
so
warm,
nice. And the architecture's pretty.
To our
The
Spanish
food
listeners.
looks amazing.
When would you recommend going? Is it a summertime vacation? Spring, fall, winter?
Yeah, what's the best month to be in Spain? We want to know, because we're coming to see you.
I think really, in comparison to Timmins weather, any time
is a
good
good
time.
Yeah, but if they got a
If
rainy
we go
season...
there and it's raining the whole time, it'll still be warm rain. It's still better than snow.
Yeah, but there's different seasons that are better than others.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are.
I'm like a lizard, so if it was super crazy hot and dry, I'd be very pleased.
I do believe Spain is super hot and dry. And
Well, it depends on where you are in Spain. Because, again, it's right on the Mediterranean as well. So the coastal area is going to be wet, and if you get more inland, it might be drier, it might not be, depending on the environment.
All I know is that the rain in Spain falls mostly on the plain, Josh. That's all I know. But anyway, weren't you guys talking about a TV show that you recently
Like
checked
at the
out?
airport?
I don't know. The airplane, yeah. Anyway, tell me about this TV show so we can wrap up this podcast.
Oh yeah, Josh and I started watching Lucifer.
Ah, that's on Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it good?
Yep.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah?
We're enjoying it. We're glad that it's going to be continued by Netflix. They picked it up.
It has a similar feel to Castle.
I never watched any of that.
You ever watch Castle?
Never.
Castle's fantastic.
Nope.
You should watch it.
It's not nerdy, and it doesn't have all the Easter eggs.
But it's supernaturally, so...
Yeah, it's supernaturally. There's a lot of people who don't wear a lot of clothes.
Oh, well, maybe I will check it out then.
Yeah.
Perverted.
Lucifer's getting naked all the time. It's pretty funny.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just wanders around and, oh, he's naked again.
Is that the appeal to the show, or is it cool stories, or what?
Well, that actually, when it happens, it's usually quite comical. There's probably more comedy than you would expect in a show about... So, like, the main character, Lucifer, he's the devil.
Yes.
Like, for realsies.
Okay.
He's not a guy who thinks he is the devil.
He actually is.
He's a guy who is the devil. But when he tells people, I am the devil, my father is God, they don't believe him and they think he's crazy.
Okay.
But he's also rich and owns a nightclub, so they just kind of, like, let it go.
Because he's eccentric.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're just like, okay, whatever. There's a lot of crazy people.
Would I like it?
Probably.
Yeah.
That's good.
Add another show to my list of things I'll never get around to. Okay.
Yeah. It's funny, though, a lot of my favorite characters are not the main characters. My favorite character is the psychiatrist.
Psychiatrist?
Lynn.
Yeah. Lynn's good. Mazikeen's good.
Mazikeen is really good.
Trixie's good.
Trixie is really good. I like her a lot.
Awesome.
She's a little girl.
I've seen it on my Netflix list.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll add it to my specific list.
It's worth watching.
Or at least give it a go. Okay.
There's 3 seasons already. Fox canceled it, and Netflix picked it up.
Right.
So there's a 4th season coming from Netflix.
Okay.
And with the loss of the Netflix Marvel shows, it might be worth switching to that.
Okay.
It's more episodic than the other ones.
Well, that's all right. Then you don't really have to pay that much attention to the
There
continuation.
is an overall arcing story, but it is what you would kind of expect for a like biblical-esque show.
Like a Caper of the Week kind of thing?
Yeah, like that's kind of how it reminds me of Castle.
Okay.
It's got a cop and a non-cop, and they run around doing crazy things and
Right.
solving
So like
crimes.
CSI, you can watch any season, anytime, pretty much, or any of
Yeah,
that stuff.
well, but this one has the overall arcing story, which is supernatural related.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll check that out.
I can't give away too much of the story.
No, don't give out any spoilers. That would be bad. All right. So a couple weeks ago, you did a hypothetical on Muppet Battle Royale death match thing, and we still have not heard from Steve from the Play on Nerds podcast. I guess he's busy. I don't know. I'll have to talk to my friend Jarman.
Well,
see
we
what's
gave
up.
him a whole extra week.
Yeah, well, we'll just play it whenever he sends it to us. But you remember Richard from Australia?
I do!
Well, I was wondering about him, and I haven't heard from him for a while, but he's recently gotten back to commenting, which is great, because I love
Excellent.
my Richard
Yeah.
comments. And he commented quite a bit on last week's episode. So I'll just go ahead and read it to you here. And there's also an answer to the hypothetical.
Okay.
All right, so it says, comment to Josh on realism and sci-fi. So I take it Josh is a hard SF fan.
I am.
As is his griping about the new Lost in Space, the instant freeze and all that, which I agree with, by the way, it was too quick. So I hope that means he holds Babylon 5, Gravity, and The Expanse in high regard from this point on. Personally, I feel there's a place for all of the variations as long as the rules are consistent to the universe of the story. Example, having the rules of no gravity applying to Star Fury movements in Babylon 5 is great, and I love the efforts gone to make the laws of physics obeyed. No Scotty available. But by the same token, I don't mind the idea of the Force in Star Wars or the way some battles in space play out like they're a World War II destroyer submovie. I'd also note with the new Lost in Space that I don't recall that the lake, water, hole, whatever, where Judy Robinson was trapped was actually water. It may have been some other liquid with a much higher freezing point. Though I have not rewatched since it aired, so I could be wrong on that point. With the hypothetical on Muppets, I tend to agree Miss Piggy for unarmed combat. While she may be a coward of sorts, she's never been afraid of any of the other Muppets that I can ever recall, maybe some of the human guests. And the concept is Muppet on Muppet battles, so I still think her karate or whatever it is skills would have her knock out all of them. Armed, I think it would be out of Honeydew and Swedish Chef. Chef has the knives, cleavers, and so on to battle with, and even things like boiling water and heavy pots and pans. However, he's such an uncoordinated dope, he's more likely to knock himself out in the battle, or even potentially take out any allies. Honeydew has the science knowledge and materials, such as chemicals, to come up with things like Molotov cocktails, acids, and even improvised flamethrowers with the Bunsen burner. However, his weakness is that he's very placid and he normally gets Beaker to do all the actual work, and like the chef, Beaker hurts himself before anyone else, and I do not think Honeydew would have the desire or will to actually come up with weapons. I think he'd be more defensive. I can't see any of the others coming close, unless one includes Statler and Waldorf, with their cutting comments being a danger.
That's excellent.
So once again, a great comment from Richard.
So, agree with him. The hard SF is what I'm into. I really enjoy. And he's right. So long as the show is consistent, like with the Force in Star Wars, yes. And I don't have a problem with close-up dogfight, drag-em-out fights in sci-fi. That's fine. It's cool. It looks good. Right? Particularly anything that requires any kind of boarding action, you're going to end up having to get really close anyways, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's fine. That's fine. It's not how I would run a space battle. My space battles would be run really fast from great distances, firing things at near light speed.
Yeah, but it is nice to have like the drama and
Yeah,
the intensity
that's
between
fine.
two characters where you
And-
can see their faces.
Exactly. That's perfectly fine. I agree with him on that. It did say it was water, and they said it was water.
Yeah.
Also, doesn't matter what its freezing point is, it won't freeze that quickly. Because even molten steel, when it's molten, it still has to expend that energy. So, yeah.
Right.
Also, like, even if it did freeze faster, like, none of them were wearing proper winter gear on their faces or ears. So for anything to freeze that quickly...
It'd have to be incredibly cold.
And it would freeze the air, too, so yeah.
Yeah.
And I just don't understand, like, I get why they were leaving their faces open, because, like, you know, it makes for better camera work.
Mm-hmm.
But they can't have stuff freezing that quickly and then also not have their faces exposed. If it's going to be for a short time,
Yeah.
they should have just thrown some goggles or put their hoods up or something.
Uh-huh.
Or at least complained about, it's really freaking cold, man.
But
So-
regardless of the bad sci-fi, it was still a fun show.
Miss Piggy, she's been shown to be a coward. Anytime any of the bigger, scarier-looking Muppets has moved at her aggressively,
Yeah.
she's like, ah! And run away.
Right.
So, yeah. Professor Honeydew is an interesting choice.
I wanted to know, does Beaker count as a minion for him?
No, because he's an independent Muppet.
Oh, okay. But they always work together, so I thought maybe it's
They
like a
don't always work
supervillain
together.
and minion.
Beaker's has also been shown working on his own and helping out other Muppets by showing off, like, things.
Oh, yeah, like a Vanna White? Yeah.
Yeah.
I agreed with him about Statler and Waldorf killing everybody with their biting wit.
Oh,
that
yeah,
was going
yeah.
to be my answer, actually, as well.
That's true. Yeah,
So.
they have razor whip.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I agree with Honeydew. He's a real good choice because he's got all those sciencey stuff.
Yeah.
But he is kind of absent-minded. He doesn't pay attention to what's going on around him.
Yeah.
Because often Beaker's in the background setting things on fire, and he's just standing there talking about the thing on the chalkboard. So that might be his greatest weakness, is he doesn't pay attention to what's going on around him.
Or maybe he just has trust in that he will be okay. Maybe he's just, like, really calm.
Okay, so Katie, who's your unarmed and who's your armed?
Armed, I think I'm going to go with Gonzo.
Okay.
He has a cannon. He fires himself. He's got an army of chickens that'll aim his cannon at things, help him reset it.
Okay.
He might only get one attack before he snaps his neck on anything or nothing. And I think I'm going to have to go with just size and power with Sweetums.
Sweetums is a good choice. He's powerful.
He can fit most of the Muppets in his mouth.
Sean, who do you think for yours?
Well, like I said, Statler and Waldorf for their biting wit and comments.
Okay, so you just want them to die.
He will break your will.
They'll break
Well,
your will.
they will break your will.
Yeah, that's how it's going to go. No, but unarmed, I would probably say for realsies. Who did I have for unarmed? Probably Animal.
Okay. Good aggression, but he's got limited stamina.
Right.
Also,
but-
I've seen him bite a lot of people and just get kicked away eventually. Like, it hurts, though.
And for armed, I'm going with Swedish Chef.
Swedish Chef's a good choice.
I love Swedish
He's got
Chef.
knives.
Yeah.
He's one of the few people that got actual weapons.
That's what I'm thinking.
Like, he's got, like, full-on knives. Those are both very good choices.
He may have, like, the whole drunken style of fighting down. Maybe that's his whole thing.
And if it's only one-on-one comment,
fight to fight?
Yeah, and only one person to one person, or one Muppet to one Muppet, then Animal with the limited stamina. He could just go crazy and knock them all out.
So, my choice for the unarmed is...
Symbols.
Right.
Is Beauregard.
I don't know who that is.
He's the Muppet janitor, starting in episode 310. He is the strongest of the Muppets. He's been shown to casually just pick up an anvil and carry it. That's Beauregard.
Ah, okay.
He has the strength to fight any of them. So that's my choice for that. And Crazy Harry is my choice for armed. He does all the pyrotechnic work for the Muppet Show.
Okay.
And he occasionally just blows things up.
Alrighty. Good answers. Good answers all
I
around.
think Gonzo could defeat him. He's been blown up quite a few times and nothing happened. Can he take being shot with a Gonzo from a cannon?
Yes. But Gonzo needs to get his gunpowder from somewhere.
I guess. If he wants to be safe about it, yeah.
So yeah, those are my choices. But I agree with Honeydew. He's a good choice, and I agree with
Swedish Chef?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Yeah, lots of good options. We'd have to
There
actually
are.
see-
It's a tough choice.
It is. It is. So that was a good hypothetical. And if we ever hear from Steve, we'll be sure to play that on an upcoming episode of the Rusted Robot Podcast. But for now, we're all done. And so I would just like to wish everybody listening a happy new year once again. Here's to another year of excitement and pop culture in podcasting. Year 6 is now commencing. Leave a review in the iTunes store or podcatcher of your choice. Get the word out there. We could really appreciate it.
Send us some monies.
Yeah, send money. Definitely. Why not?
We like monies.
We've got a PayPal and Patreonic thingy.
Patriotic?
Patreon.com Darth Vaderloo, whatever it is. I don't know. Nobody's ever sent any money to it, but
But we would appreciate it if you did.
because hosting fees for the website
Yeah.
do cost a bit of money.
Yeah.
But whatever. We're still going to do it no matter if they pay us or not because we love it, and that's all that matters. We got to get our pop culture thoughts out there into the world. So until next time, this has been Casey and Finnegan and me, Mr. Dressup. And remember, become the weird space wizard you want to see airbrushed on the side of a van. You have been listening to the Rusted Robot Podcast. To contact the show, email therustedrobot@gmail.com or tweet us at therustedrobot. Join the Facebook page and group and visit the website at therustedrobot.podbean.com. The Rusted Robot podcast was put together by Sean and Josh and the Rusty crew. Please remember to check out our other show, the Soulforge podcast. Visit Jump City Comics in the 101 Mall and leave a glowing review in your chosen podcast app. Thank you, and have a geeky day.
The Rusted Robot Podcast. Think about it.
Forged in a mountain of fire, we first met in the Shire. You were heavy to bear, my fingers gone, but who cares? Found you in a dark cave, my wits did not betray. You led me through the smog, yeah, felt like 5 feet tall. Someone's got to give now, 'cause the Dark Lord will return, you see. Tomorrow we should go now, and throw in that one ring. No, get onto my hand, and I'll disappear where I stand. I know, no sorrow can see, but I need that one ring, so give me that one ring. Changed my name for you, I killed my cousin too. I've gone pale and hairless for you, my precious. Someone's gotta give soon, 'cause this ring will rule us all, you see. But I'll carry you to Mount Doom, just throw in that one ring. No, get onto my hand, and I'll disappear where I stand. I know, no sorrow can see, but I need that one ring. So come play with my mind, make me forget space and time. I know, no, you disagree, but I need that one ring, so give me that one ring. I need that one ring. So come play with my mind, make me forget space and time. No, get onto my hand, and I'll disappear where I stand. I know, no sorrow can see, but I need that one ring, so give me that one ring.
This has been a broadcast of the ESO Network. Be part of the crew and help support our shows by donating to our ESO Patreon or by shopping through Amazon.com or the TeePublic store, which can all be found at www.esonetwork.com. The ESO Network, your station for all things geek.